Nah, can't be bothered. That's not me. Anyway, let me say good evening to our local resident political commentators,
Really now.
Judith Kitson and Lawman Lynch. So, guys, what's going on? Lawman, you know I missed the show again yesterday. I got to get used to the fact that you're on.
You can always watch it online.
Okay, perfect. All right. So, again, we want to remind the Conduit listeners that the Lawman Lynch Show can be heard right here on E2 On Air every Saturday from 8 to 9 p.m. All right, so welcome back to E2 On Air. So, guys, you know the latest news, right? The breaking news from about 3 hours ago. What do you make of the FBI boss's latest insertion?
Are you going first, Mom? I know you want me to go.
No, go ahead.
Mr. Comey.
Yeah.
Well, it could be the entire FBI. I think Mr. Comey made some bad decision about commenting on the emails on the 20th of October.
Right.
Because FBI's don't do work where they, like...
In the middle of an investigation.
They can't give evidence or anything of the person that they're trying to incriminate. When they came out about Hillary, they said this is something we have to look into. You cannot say that easily about a presidential candidate. First, you need 60 days in order to say anything as an FBI agent. Any federal agent at all, they have to say something within 60 days. So that 11 days that he commented on the election, that was like a no-no. So that's the reason you had so many people going back and forth with him whether or not he broke the Hatch Act, which to me he did. But that's a long story. Let me get around to what is happening now. Claiming the emails, nothing is in the emails, that they're duplicated. Why would you do that today when you already know what the situation was before? CNN had it, I think, on the 30th of October. They had it because if they had the email on the 1st of October, that means it would have given them enough time to read the email. So they couldn't say that because they didn't have a warrant to search Hillary's email. They could not search it. They could only search Anthony Weiner's email. So they knew about the email long before now, and they act upon it. They sent emails, as per Rudy Giuliani, they sent emails to Donald Trump's campaign manager. So all of that is like a chaos they built so that a negative impact would be on Hillary Clinton. To this point, the damage is already done. You understand?
Right, because Donald Trump actually came out and said that people who had voted for Hillary, based on this new information, in some states they could do their vote over and select another candidate.
Well, he would be like the only person who's ever said that in all of American history.
No, but it actually is law. In some states, they do allow you to vote again, to change your mind and vote again.
Why would a presidential candidate suggest that to the people?
Because he's not presidential. That's why he would suggest something like that.
Well,
but I think Peter wants to say something.
I'm not going to... Peter saying something?
Yeah,
I want to say something quick. Prior to that, on Fox, 2 days before they dropped the Director Comey came out with the thing about the email. You see, Giuliani talk about, you will see in 2 days' time what we're talking about. They're going to be a bombshell.
So it was a conspiracy then?
Donald Trump said same. He said it at one of his rallies where he said, there's something big going to come out, something big going to come out. This incident with Comey is very serious.
Judith, are you on speakerphone because you're fading in and out?
No. Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, please just speak into your phone, okay? Because you're walking around or something. Okay.
Okay, my apologies. Lama did the same thing. But anyways, what I'm basically saying is that Comey and his team had already known that what is in the email will not be incriminating to Hillary. So it was basically like a sabotage. You understand? Because they got a warrant on Saturday. I think they came up with it and they got a warrant. The Saturday would have been the 20th, 29th, 30th. How is it that they have all that information? They went to, remember they said it was over 6,000 emails. How did they go through them within days? So how long would it take them for them to know what is in Hillary's email 28 days because they had it from the 1st of October.
And they said they are doubles.
And they said they wouldn't be able to give this information before the election
No,
on Tuesday.
The focus is on Hillary because they got warrant to search for Anthony Weiner and Hoomer. So therefore they could not, it would be against the law somewhat for them to have searched Hillary, for them to have come and said, you know what, we already know what is in the, what is in the
The
email.
duplications and emails that they've already seen.
Absolutely.
So all of this was a
Absolutely.
storm in a teacup, and definitely one has to say that there was a political agenda behind it.
But looking at it, that would be the only thing. I think Lawman wanted to say something. I think Lawman was about to add something to that.
Yes. Sheron Hamilton, Pearson, you said that, Donald Trump is not presidential. And a lot of people, especially his supporters, or primarily his supporters, would disagree with you. And though I agree with you that he's not a man of presidential stature, I believe that the Republicans and the media has created this individual who is, whether or not we like it, the presidential or the Republican nominee who is vying for the presidential office. So on that note, as hard as it is to accept he is presidential, for the Republicans at least, and I want to reiterate that point so that they know the type of individual they have put forward to be the president of these United States of America. With that said, I believe that the issue with the emails, in the grandest scheme of things, is it's much to do about nothing. It's what we'll call a smoke screen.
Mm-hmm.
Because what has happened over the past couple months, over a year, is that the whole email issue has taken
Deflected
front
from,
stage,
yeah.
Of the presidential debates and the presidential campaigning, to the point where other issues were not given the limelight.
Exactly. Do we know what Trump's policy is on natural gas and the pipeline?
But what Trump has done, and the media and a lot of individuals have played into it, is to keep highlighting the email situation. Because on the surface of it, it looks bad. On the surface of it, it looks bad. Because remember, his slogan is also Crooked Hillary.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing he can really make reference to
The
is
emails.
the fact that she, deleted emails and washed emails. So I believe that it is a smoke screen, and I believe that everything that is happening now with the FBI director and Giuliani, has been Giuliani, is all politics. It's all politics, but Michelle Obama made a very, very compelling statement, and that's and I think that is what the Hillary Clinton campaign is living by. When they go low,
We go high.
Go high, because the whole idea of sabotaging and of the smoke screen and make politics is not so much about facts. And this is where Judith and I depart a lot of times, because Judith likes to speak about empirical evidence, which is very, very important, especially to those of us who are educated or those of us who want to take a conversation to a higher level. But politics, to a very large extent, is based on impressions. It is based on assumptions. It is based on what is just propaganda. That's the word.
Propaganda, that's what politics is based on.
Had a propaganda minister. So what is happening now is that Donald Trump is mounted a campaign based on propaganda. And the human nature in many gravitated towards that propaganda. And that is what we need to caution our people on. Don't always do what Judith is saying. Where is the evidence? what's the empirical evidence? Because the propaganda we can't.
Yeah, there's no, and also the fact that most of what he says has to be taken with a pinch of salt. It has to be fact checked. Because he keeps harping on about this, she's under investigation, when in fact he's the one that has criminal cases pending against him. And you don't hear the media. And you wonder to yourself, is the media in collusion with this? Because, the unbiased media is supposed to be giving us both sides of the story.
Well,
and
you know what I think? I think there's no such thing as non-aligned media anymore.
They've been bought out by big business, right?
Yes. I think majority of the media companies that we depend on for news, they are compromised. The same way they are going to be reporting that Hillary is compromised or Donald is compromised. I think the media itself is compromised.
Because
Go ahead.
I remember in the onset of his campaign when he was knocking out Republican contenders left, right, and center, and the things that he was saying, the polarizing statements he was making. And I remember, this is why I then said to myself, you know what, I might as well be watching Fox News. I can't rely on CNN, because I'll never forget, was it Chris Cuomo was giving him such an easy pass, and I'm like, what is he must have some secrets for Chris Cuomo, because I couldn't believe it.
It's a network itself. There are about 6 different networks, and every one of them that owns those networks, except I think one of them, they're owned by Republicans. They're mainly Republicans. For example, Rupert Murdoch.
You're breaking up again.
For example, Rupert Murdoch. Rupert Murdoch owns so many different things in media. So you have to look at that too. It's not just them. And sometimes it is them, but it is very deeper than we can possibly think.
Judith and Lawman. Okay.
I try to be as balanced as I can in relation to. I do prefer Hillary Clinton. I would want to see Hillary Clinton as the next president of the United States. But I do also try to be as balanced as possible when I assess the situation. And the reason I concluded that, first of all, I'm not in support of abstention. Not after so many years of our forefathers,
sacrificing so we could have the vote.
Yeah.
Yes?
Right. I'm not in support of abstention. And this whole call about, take it local, and the call is too late by so many individuals. Some of these black leaders who are, take it to local, take it to the council. Now, the fact of the matter is that there's an election. We will know what to do after Tuesday. But the fact of the matter is that there's an election on Tuesday, and we cannot, as a people,
we have to vote.
We should not, as a people, abstain. So, after assessing both candidates, and I said it last night on my program, that I believe that if both are bad, if both are evil, if both can be damaging, one is a guided missile and one is a loose cannon.
A loose cannon. I'd rather the guided missile.
And I would prefer to go with the guided missile. It's not rocket science.
Oh, wow.
It's really not rocket science. And Donald Trump has shown us
who he
really
is.
The idea that, he speaks his mind and we no, but in speaking his mind, are you satisfied with the content? No,
but you see, they're not listening to the content. They're following like sheep.
But Sheron, that sheep that you're talking about is majority of the people.
But
when they first did this, they did the percentage of different people who are voting for Donald Trump. You cannot blame those people for voting for
Judith, you got to speak.
You hearing me again?
Yes, yeah. You keep fading in and out.
I'm sorry, my phone, I don't know, it's my phone that is fading in and out.
Okay.
In America, you have no good phone, Judith. America,
Oh, Lord. Lawman, why are you going to go there?
Donald,
Sheron, because he realized I'm in a team mood.
I don't understand how Judith have a proper phone in America in 2016.
It's okay. That is why I have a rich friend like you with me one. But Sheron, back to Mr. Trump. If you realize that he has been drawing a certain set of people to him from the beginning, when he said we are going to send back the Muslims.
We're going to build a wall.
When he said that we're going to bring back stop and frisk, which is impossible,
Mm-hmm.
and nor can he send home the Muslims. All of that there is impossible. And we're going to build a wall for Mexico.
And Mexico is going to pay for it.
And Mexico is going to pay for it. The Mexicans are rapists, this and that, and those people. And then the first thing, one of the first things he said was talk about black women, what black women are good for.
I didn't hear that one.
Afterwards, that was not good. And the only reason he wants to bring back stop and frisk is for the black people. So when certain people hear this message, they are happy because Donald is about to send home everyone. America belongs to them.
Yeah, but it will fail.
America belongs to them. I watched an interview with Roland Martin. I think it was Roland Martin and this guy who said he's a supremacist. And he said he blamed them for slavery. It was a video that was all over. Because of slavery, black people are here in America. So eventually what we need to do is to go back on the ship that we came here on.
But isn't
so
that...
Roland said to him, hold on a minute, but you didn't come here on a ship? This is their belief. This is their concept of how this country should be. Huh? Don't care about anybody else but themselves because they are supreme.
But the fact is that this shows you the level of ignorance, because the only people who are entitled to claim that America is theirs are the indigenous Indians.
Absolutely.
From whom all whites, all blacks, all Chinese, all Jews, whomever, stole whatever they have and claim as land.
There you go. Another thing that Donald has said.
I don't get this. You see.
But it's what it is. It's racism that would cause people to make these egregious, offensive statements, and for people to believe it. And this is what I'm saying. And the thing that disturbs me is that I see my own black brothers and sisters buying into this nonsense. And the post that I put up about the evangelicals and certain Christian people who will vote for Trump simply based on the fact that he says now that he's pro-life, whereas 6 weeks ago he was pro-choice, and 6 weeks before that he was something else.
I hope he can talk about all the other things that he did in his life. I cannot deal with the foolishness.
Don't get him started because then he's going to tell you about two Deuteronomy or 2 Corinthians.
But you see what happens is I still do not blame Trump. Trump is just giving you the political rhetoric. Trump is saying he's trying to appeal to a particular base. The problem I have is really with these individuals who gravitate to every word he says without giving it second thought.
But he made a statement, He made a statement saying he doesn't want anybody smart in his administration. He must be the smartest person in
God help us.
No, and you people think he's not joking. But he will get smart in his administration.
God help us. I mean...
Listen, there are several things for us to question. Why is Donald Trump, what is this doctor that gave his medical report? Why did you see his medical report? That was a joke.
It's like everything about Donald Trump is a joke. I'm sorry,
I mean... It's a joke, but listen, how are you going to tell a kid who doesn't go to high school to teach them about politics? We believe that when we go to places like Kentucky, all of those southern states, Alabama, Midwest and southern states, Alabama, Tennessee, these states, how are you going to take from them what they have already grown into, to hate others because of the differences that they see? Huh? These are serious situations, And that we have the Triple K threatening that if Donald Trump loses, then there will be loose. They themselves will be loose on black people.
Oh, really? I want to see them try that.
Bring it, come.
I want to, and this is what I think. This is what I think. All of this scenario that we're in is leading to, because I saw a program where you have militia in certain southern states. Militia are not organized by government. These are just private individuals who are coming together, and you want to see them doing target practice and doing drills, and they're saying that they're getting ready. Getting ready for what?
They're getting ready for the...
They say that they're getting ready. And I want to know, what are they getting ready for? But you know what? I mean, whatever to be will be, because guess what? Donald Trump was pushed and goaded into opening Pandora's box. And let's see what happens now that the genie is out of the box.
Remember, I'm going to tell him followers them to arm themselves when they come to the conventions.
You have Republicans saying at a picture of Hillary Clinton on Newsweek magazine, oh, there should be crosshairs on there. I mean, this nasty rhetoric that we know, and you know, I'm praying because I think
those same journalists who built him up, they are going to suffer with it, because there was one, I think she's a CNN journalist, Tara, and every time she goes to cover his campaigns or such forth, what Donald Trump does is call her out, saying that she needs to be there.
That she needs to be.
The people starting to chastise her. She has to get out of there.
Yeah, she had to run. She had to run. Yeah, and also the fact.
That girl is she's so good, and then you have these people having to suffer because of Donald Trump, and the people are voting for him, including black people.
This is what I don't understand, that a black person would vote for Donald Trump, who is so divisive, so obviously racist, because this man has been showing you his racist moves from the 70s right up to 2016. He hasn't deviated. And really and truly, the fact we can't turn around and then say, oh, we didn't know. He has been consistent in his message.
Donald could do that because Hillary has gone through years of sabotage, propaganda. It is just so hard. You notice that wasn't the same with Bill, but it's Hillary. You have to really look and understand that there are a lot of misogynists.
I was going to say, as racist as America is, certain factions of American society, it is also sexist.
Yes, extremely sexist.
So... But having said all of that, I want to ask you two political pundits, what are your predictions for Tuesday?
In terms of who is going to win?
Yes.
No, Hillary's going to win.
Okay. And Judith?
Hillary's going to win. And I'm even going to go out on a limb to say that it will not get to a point of, oh, we need to depend on the college vote. I believe that the people are going to go out in their numbers, and she is going to win the popular vote.
Well, you know, I'm just so tired of, you know, every day something else happens, and my head is spinning, and I just want it to be over. Judith, you were going to make a comment?
Yeah, last year, this time, all the polls had not last year, last election, 2012, all the polls had Mitt Romney winning Obama.
Mm-hmm.
They were basically right now they're basically at the same place, but Obama more had Ohio than Hillary showing right now.
Mm-hmm.
You have states like North Carolina, Florida, Nevada, states that Hillary needs to win, and all of them showing like light pink. So you know that is either a 2 points lead or a 3 points lead from the Republican Party, the Republican nominee. Try not to call his name. So we have to also look at Michigan, Wisconsin. We're just looking at the states now that are the battleground states. We look at Pennsylvania. We look at Iowa. And all of those, I think it's just Wisconsin and Michigan that we have right now. So we have to get those red spots. We have to change them to blue. I am hoping that all the Democrats come out in surge come Tuesday. And we can change all of that. Because once Donald Trump loses Florida, that's it for him. He cannot win the election.
I remember, say it's not that much ahead of her in Georgia, you know. Georgia
no.
flip.
Oh, in Georgia, actually, Georgia map is looking different. Both on if you look at native and if you look at 270. Because 270 is the electoral map itself. Mm-hmm. So if you look at those maps, you will see like Georgia is already in Donald's hand. The other day I heard the news saying that they're half and half, at 50-50. So that would be the tie. But I would be fascinated. It would be so fascinating if Hillary gets Georgia. Because that would be a blowout for the Republicans.
Absolutely.
You know? So I would love to see that. All of that being said, I don't mind if a couple of us I think I'm going to go over there to try to see if I can get my ticket. But
To
it
go-
would be my pleasure to go over Javits Center with Hillary once you look in the ceiling, it's glass, because that's what she's planning to do. She's planning to break
to
that
break the
glass.
ceiling? Yeah. That would. When is that event happening, Judith?
Tuesday.
Tuesday night.
And there are no tickets left, right?
I am begging my friends for ticket like crazy. One of them said I should come. So I'm going with the intent of being in there.
What? Because we need you to be reporting live on Facebook.
Lord Jesus, when I say something, it will make it happen. I guarantee you.
So,
For me, it is just here. And it's not only the fact that Hillary is more experienced with the job. It's just that I said it to last night, and I will say it again. It's about time. It's about time America shifts to that point where we can say we have Madam President. Come on, man.
so let me just ask you. Sorry, Peter. Go ahead.
No, I said nothing is wrong with that. Remember, say England have two female prime ministers,
And they're both terrible. Margaret Thatcher and Theresa May. Oh my God, help us all.
Germany has
Angela Merkel. But what I was going to say is, so when Hillary Clinton becomes president, will we be calling her husband the first gentleman
Yes.
First
First
bill.
gentleman.
or the first man?
First bill.
But that within
But
itself
they,
is not. Go ahead, Lama.
There could also be a first lady. It depends on who she wants. It could be Chelsea.
Oh, that's an idea. Hadn't thought about that, Lawman.
Yeah, but I mean, if we there are a lot of articles and publications and protocol as it relates to that. And I started the research. I didn't complete it, but there is a possibility that
Honestly, I wouldn't want Hillary to do that. I would want her
that
to
there
just
may
be
be a
elected
first lady.
not to put Chelsea in a political position, because Chelsea is a young mother of two. So she could work with Bill Clinton. If Bill Clinton is the first gentleman, that would be another exciting role for him. Can we control Bill Clinton in that role? Bill Clinton would want to act as the president no matter what, and you will still see him like that. It's just, for me, it's exciting.
I kind of disagree. I think we have to give Hillary credit where credit is deserved.
Yeah, because
She's no walkover. And
there you
as
go.
Madam President, trust and believe that we will not
Have a man pulling her strings.
we will not be confused as to who is the president.
No, we
I
will
believe
know
that-
who is the president, you know. I'm saying he will act like that, because Bill, even today, as he goes to campaign and he goes to say things for Hillary, Bill is pretty much acting like he's still the president of the United States of America.
No, but you know what? I think it would be a very good. I don't think he would act like he's the president, because he is former President Bill Clinton. You cannot take that away from him. But in his role as first gentleman or whatever he may be called, I believe that his presence, leading various initiatives and taking on certain projects would actually be good. His aura and his approach to certain things, and the fact that he's a former president would only add value to the presidency, opposed to taking away from her presidency. If you understand what I'm saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying either. You and I are on the same page. Trust me. I'm just telling you that Bill, that's the guy that he acts like. And everybody knows him. They won't even mind him. I guarantee you that. That's how he has to be in the crowd, and he has to be in the crowd and have the longest conversation with people. Even Obama had to call him the other day when they went to Shimon Peres' funeral. Obama is at the stairs calling him. Bill, he's not smoking. He's just still talking like, Bill, come, let's go. That's Bill Clinton. And I like that Bill Clinton, and I think he will be a fantastic first gentleman.
All right, so you heard it there from our two political pundits, of course, Lawman Lynch and Judith Kitson. You should follow them on Facebook, trust me. If you want to get the news, if you want to get the opinions, things that would make you go, things that make you think, wow, I never thought of it like that, then you should follow Lawman Lynch as he presents his show, The Lawman Lynch Show, every Saturday, right here on this platform at e2onair.com from 8 to 9 p.m. Correct, Lawman?
That's correct. Thank you very much for that, Phil. I appreciate it.
Oh, please. We're part of the E2 On Air family, so that's just the way we roll, right? And Miss Judith Kitson, you Lawman first, you're back on the show on E2 On Air. What are you waiting for? That's what I want to know. And I think my guest is actually arrived in the Conduit studio. So I want to say thank you, guys, for this commentary. It was very timely.